I recently lost my hardcore world, so it's time for a fresh start. This time, stranded on an island. Well, 2 islands. Over the next 500 days, I'm challenging myself to completely transform the islands into the ultimate survival base. Last episode, I made a starter ship and started a port city. Today, I want to take this boring old enchanting table and create an entire custom shipwreck island to do all of our enchanting, getting just a little bit closer to endgame Minecraft. To get started in this episode though, I want to grab my fishing rod and I want to get up to level 30 as I'm super close and I can get a little bit more enchanting done. I am now up to level 30 and I also caught an enchanted book. Why do I keep getting density? I'm gonna check real quick. I think that's the only book that I've caught is just density. Why do I need 3 density 4 books? I have Silk Touch and Mending, so that's good, but oh my. I am up to level 30 though, so I want to go over to the enchanting table and see what I can enchant for now. I can get protection 4 and a chest plate. That's pretty good, but it's not the best. So let me see if I can enchant a sword or a book and get anything better. I can get efficiency 4 on a book, and I honestly kind of like that enchant. So I think for now, I'm just going to take that. It's not the greatest, but I do have efficiency 4 on my pickaxe already, so we can get up to efficiency 5. Now, fishing is not the best way to get XP. There's actually a much faster way, and that is going to the nether. So I'm actually going to collect some obsidian, and I'm going to get started on a little nether trip. Unfortunately, I only got 6 obsidian from that. I have 1 other obsidian block in here, which brings us up to 7. That means I need just 3 more. I think there actually is some obsidian down here. There is. So I'm going to have to take another splash down here and collect some obsidian the old-fashioned way, just at the depths of the world. Oh my. Were you just standing there the whole time? Well, that's interesting. I have 14 obsidian now. That means I can make a full nether portal. Hold up. Why is there a chicken down here? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. This time, the animal abuse is not my doing, okay? It's not my doing. I think for now, I'm gonna put the nether portal just over here. Now I just need a flint and steel. And now I can go to the nether. I don't think I really have a ton of gear right now. Let me get a little bit more prepared first. By getting prepared, literally all I did was clear out my inventory, but I should be okay. And yeah, I don't like this. Well, at least I'm in a safe-ish spot, I guess. But this is like the worst biome to spawn in. But there is a fortress right there. So you know what? I think this could be much worse. I don't really know where to go from here. This guy's going to try to kill me. So let me get some blocks first because I didn't come prepared with any sort of blocks. This is good though. Now that I'm in here, I could actually use some of these blocks that are in the nether to build with. So I'm very happy about that. So I need to get over there. Honestly, I think this way might be a little bit easier. What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to create a very large tunnel using some netherrack, so I first need to collect a ton of netherrack. Only problem is I hear a ghast, and a ghast could definitely just fireball me out of the air. That wouldn't be good. Oh my god. Man, I really don't like this spawn at all. I went back to the overworld and into the nether again, and he actually despawned, so I should be able to just make this path and be somewhat safe. This is still very dangerous though. Okay, I'm actually up here on a top section of the nether. Honestly, I think this is going to be a good way to just get over there to the fortress. Okay, I'm level 30. I'm ready to get out of here. Ow, no. Got a little bit too excited there, I think. Back up to level 30, though. That means I could do a little bit more enchanting. Before I do any enchanting, though, I want to make a diamond sword. I am pretty limited on the amount of diamonds I have, though. So I want to be a little bit careful. I'm going to make the first diamond sword and see what I can get on this. Just sharpness 3, no thank you. None of the enchants are good, but the best one I can get is aqua affinity on my helmet, so I'm going to get that. And honestly, I'll keep that for now. That's pretty decent. I do think I can just go back into the nether though and start exploring the nether fortress. Again, I just have to be very careful in here. I carved out a pretty scary path though over to the fortress, and I think it's just on the other side of this hill. Just as scary as ever. Oh my god. Oh, I don't like it. I don't know if there's any like good way down. It wasn't too complicated. I actually made my way down pretty easily. I just have to be super careful as a horde of wither skeletons just spawned. Have I mentioned how much I really don't want to be here? Ooh, there's some nether wart in here though. So I'm definitely going to collect this nether wart. Why are you over top of the lava? Why? They hurt. They hurt. I'm running. I don't like that. I don't like how open it is out there. It's very scary. Try number 2. I got this. Just need a little bit of confidence, you know? Never mind. Never mind. Why did 3 more just spawn? Why are so many over there? I give up. That is absurd. I'm not gonna fight that. Ooh, I found a few diamonds. That's nice. That's nice. Try number 3. I got it this time. I got my shield. Nothing to worry about. I'm gonna put on my diamond boots as well. Come on, fight me. 3 of them spawned. They're not gonna do that to me. I'm out of here. I got 3 blaze rods. That's all I'm gonna get for now until I have enchanted armor and stuff. Get away. Ow. Oh my god, this guy's doing so much damage. That was ridiculous, dude. Just point blank. Fireball me right in the face. I appreciate that. Go away. I really hate this place. I hate it so much here. After getting fireballed by the ghast a few times and losing my mind, I wanted to complete the task at hand, which was to get up to level 30 to do a little bit more enchanting. I ended up staying a little bit longer to try to get myself up to level 36 to get as many enchants as I could with the table, and then I went back home. I grabbed a little bit of cobblestone, which means I can now make a brewing stand. And I think this will just, for now, go in maybe the kitchen area in here. Maybe like right there. I think that's a good spot for it. This means that if any zombie villagers spawn on the island, I can make them into villagers, which is one of the things that I really want to do in this episode is get villagers. And then I could eventually do something with them. I have 3 bottles already. So that is perfect. I forgot to record it, but I got thorns too on my chest plate, and I don't want that. I hate that enchant. I can get efficiency 4 on a shovel though, so I'm just gonna do that. And I got silk touch, so that's a good shovel. And I can get sharpness 4 or protection 4. And honestly, I think I'm gonna go sharpness 4, and I got looting 3. That is amazing. It is now turning nighttime, and I want to actually use this night as a way of seeing if I can get a zombie villager to spawn. If I can get a zombie villager to spawn, that means I can get villagers on the island, which means I could potentially get a mending villager or something like that. I crafted up a boat, and I have a few leads. So if one does spawn, I should be able to get to the base pretty easily. I spent this night on the other island hoping that a zombie villager would spawn, but sadly the sun came up and I did not get a single zombie villager to spawn. That's okay though, because I did reach level 30, which means I can do one more round of enchanting. I can get on breaking 3 on my chestplate again, I'm trying it. Protection 3, whatever, I'll take it. It is now the next night, and I think I'm just going to go for round 2 over here to try and get myself a zombie villager. Oh, the starter ship actually looks so cool going through these trees. Oh, there's one over there. Oh my god, there's a lot of mobs around him. So what I want to do is just put him in a boat, and then I think I'm going to leave the area and maybe hope that they despawn. Good thing is I can 2-hit creepers with a crit. Please just get in the boat. Let's go. There is so many mobs. I want to cover this guy up so he doesn't burn. So that is my next task. So many zombies, so many skeletons. Just need to cover this guy up. I might need more blocks than that. Okay, so they're covered up now, and now I can honestly just leave and sleep. The only thing I'm worried about now is transporting him to that island without him burning. I'm kind of stupid. I'm just going to cure the villager over there and then transport the villager from there to this island. I am pretty sure all you need for this is a fermented spider eye and some gunpowder. So I just need 1 piece of sugarcane. I might as well just collect it all. And all I need is just 1 piece of sugar. And I should just be able to make the fermented spider eye. Actually, I do need a brown mushroom. I don't know if I have any brown mushrooms at all. There is no brown mushroom. There's a red mushroom. I don't think you can use that. And it's very unlikely that there's a brown mushroom over here, but I can at least check on that island first. There's no brown mushrooms over on this island, so I'm gonna have to take a trip to the nether once again. Hopefully there's a brown mushroom relatively close. Why does it have to be the brown mushrooms? Why can't I just find red mushrooms? Oh, perfect. I collected up the brown mushrooms, and I also collected a bit of nether quartz, and now I'm level 30 again, which gives us another round of enchanting to do. But right now my focus is on the fermented spider eye. So I'm going to put this in there, and that should give us some weakness potions. Perfect. We got 3 splash potions of weakness. We also need golden apples, which I completely forgot about. And I can make 2 golden apples. Perfect. Heading on over to the island, and I'm going to cure this villager. First, I have to make sure to kill his friend, because he's not going to be very friendly to him once he turns into a normal villager. So, splash potion of weakness and a golden apple, and he should be cured. I don't remember, I think maybe 5 to 10 minutes. So now it's just time to cure the zombie villager from last episode. I know that this guy is in this cave right here. The only thing, I don't know how I'm going to transport him once he turns into a villager, because he is pretty far down. I found where the zombie villager is. I did not light this area up well enough the first time, so I'm going to have to... No. Alright, this could quickly turn into a disaster. I'm thinking the best way to bring this guy up will just be a water elevator once he turns into a villager, just to make a water elevator straight up to the surface. I am just going to splash him with the weakness potion and cure him and turn him into a villager. With that little side quest aside, I want to start gathering materials for today's episode, and I am going to need a lot of materials. The first material I need a ton of is moss. I need so much of that stuff. So I'm going to make an iron hoe and turn most of these bones into bone meal. It really doesn't go that far. So I'm going to see how much moss this gives me. And this is not going to be very efficient. But right now, I'm going to focus on gathering some other materials, and this should be fine for now. I've also realized that I made the boat over there as my starter base, but I've honestly just been going up here to sleep because this is the only bed that I have. Maybe I should make a new bed, but there's no point of worrying about sleep now because I'm spending a few nights in the caves to gather up a big portion of the materials for this build, which is, of course, the very commonly used deep slate and tough blocks. Oh my, that actually just scared me so much, dude. How did this guy get in here? Out of all the things I expected to see in this room, I think that might have been like the last one. Yeah, this is a storage room that doesn't have enough storage for the materials that I need today, so I'm just gonna put it in this chest right here. Before I do any more material gathering, I want to do some enchanting once again, as I am up to level 32, which gives me a few chances to reset the enchantment table just in case I don't get anything that is very attractive to me. So let me also bring some diamonds as well. I can get Depth Strider 3, which would be very useful, but if I'm going to be enchanting boots, I'd rather it be feather falling. And for my leggings, I can only get Unbreaking 3. I like the Silk Touch axe, which means I can probably get the Silk Touch pickaxe, which would be pretty useful to me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this enchant, which gives me efficiency 3 and Silk Touch. It's not great, but I'll take it. One thing I do want to do though is smelt up the existing iron that I have, and I want to make an anvil. I made an anvil using the iron that I had laying around, then repaired my pickaxe, where I'm down in the caves once again to collect a bit more deep slate before gathering up a ton of andesite and stone in very large quantities, because these are going to be the main blocks used for the island that I'm creating today. Right now, I have a decent amount of materials collected, and I'm slowly gathering some light gray wool from the sheep pens. There is one block, though, that I do need for this build that is just a little bit far away. So I'm going to need to grab a boat, and I'm just going to grab this chest boat right here, as I need some dead brain coral. Now, I don't know exactly how these survival islands work for other people, but for me, I kind of like it to be still a little bit open, like I can still explore the ocean, because I think it's kind of fun. I personally like the challenge and change of scenery being stuck on an island, but I also like the idea of exploring the ocean. I mean, look how beautiful this coral reef is that I'm destroying and harvesting for resources. With the brain coral collected, another block I need is some light gray concrete powder for some highlights of the island that I'm going to make. I don't have enough though, so I'm going to have to grab a little bit of sand and some gravel, which I only have one of. If I could find some gravel, that would be nice, and there's a patch right there. I got the gravel that I needed, so I'm going to make this into light gray concrete powder while also collecting some of the light gray wool from the sheep. The good thing is sheep actually just get their wool back really quickly, so this really shouldn't take too long. I don't need too much light gray concrete powder, so 52, I think I'm going to need a little bit more than that. So 60 light gray concrete powder is perfect. And now I can grab the little bit of dirt that I have and make it into coarse dirt, which I do have a little bit of in here already. So a stack should be good. I'm also going to need to collect up a little bit of grass to add some foliage to the island that I'm going to make. Part of me also forgot that there was new bushes in the game, so I think I'm going to use some of these as well. Oh no, pig! No! No, pig, no. I don't have my fishing rod, but I can probably fish him back up here. Oh my god, I need my fishing rod. Where did I put it? Hold on, I'm gonna try this trick. Hopefully he's not dead by the time I get back. I really want to save this guy's life. Where are my leads at? I put my leads in here, I think. Where did I put my leads? Right here. Okay. It's not that urgent. I need to sleep first. Come on, pig, don't die. Pig. No! I can't with this world. This world hates me. This world actually just hates me. There's no escaping the pain. Yeah, chicken. You know what? If I can't save the pig, I'm gonna save the chicken. Get up! Can't save everybody, but I can at least save this chicken. This is far more difficult than I wanted it to be. Come on, chicken. Yeah, I saved him. And this guy is going to live on my boat permanently. You guys should definitely give me a name for the rescued cave chicken. And I actually have a really cool name submission for the boat that I think I'm going to use. Can you climb a ladder, chicken? I forgot I didn't have an elytra for a second. Oh, what a good fella. What a good parkour guy. They're going to be leaded to the boat now. People were giving me name submissions like SS Wombaat or something like that, or like SS Wombaat, or some of them like the Void, or like something to do with the end with me dying in my last series. And I actually found one submission that I thought fit perfectly for a boat name, and I thought was just a really cool idea. This was a name submission from Silly Billy Patrick Rebirth, which I thought was a really cool name submission. Does that look better? It looks a little goofy, but I think it looks pretty cool. I think I'm going to leave the sign there. If you guys have a better location for it, definitely let me know. But I think that's a pretty cool name for the ship. And I can even add some like white dye to it. And that looks pretty cool. I kind of like that. I don't know if I liked it better with the black, like plain text, but I think it's a pretty cool name. So thank you for submitting the boat name. And in the meantime, I'm going to store the dead pig in this barrel right here. I needed a little vacation away from the island to find isolation, as I needed to grieve for my good friend, but that leads me right into building the main island, which is the beginning of an idea I have for this side of the actual starter island, as I want this area to serve as a shipwreck cove type of thing. Eventually, I want to terraform the entire side of the island into a giant pirate cove, with a mountain and a ton of shipwrecks, as I've always wanted to build a pirate-themed world in this game, so this project has me very excited for a bunch of different build ideas. But there is a block that I've pretty much ran out of, and that is moss. And that's really what the rest of the island is going to be, is just moss up here. And I have ran out. Now my inventory is relatively full with moss, and that is definitely going to be enough. Right now, I am going to begin working on the shipwreck part of it, and I need to start gathering materials for that. The materials needed for the actual ship is really just a bunch of wood, similar to the ship I made last episode. So after stripping down spruce wood and gathering some more oak, I started gathering a little bit more spruce, and crafted down a ton of the deep slate I gathered earlier, which I was going to use for the ship's sails. With the materials gathered, I started working on the shipwreck, which is of a very similar block palette to the actual island, as a good portion of the ship has taken a similar coloring to the stone that I used for the island. With this being a ruin of sorts, I wanted it to be overgrown and super old looking, while also using a bit of spruce wood. I thought mixing in some brain coral and mossy cobblestone would further the effect, also creating some torn up sails as well, as if they were destroyed by the elements. With the base of this ship done, I want to add in a little bit of texturing here along the island and these parts that are really plain. I want to make it look like the areas right here where there's coarse dirt is just a little bit better connected to the mossy parts. And something I want to do now is also mix in some stone pressure plates and buttons just in little patches around to look like rocks. I think if you mix these in sparingly, they could actually do a pretty good job. And of course, a little bit of that short grass accidentally broke the leaf litter. That's That's lovely. Now, I also want to mix around some of that tall grass as well, but I sadly have run out of bone meal. Let me grab my bed, though, and sleep so I don't die. Or what I could do is take advantage of the darkness and gather some bones. There's a lot of skeletons over here. Good thing is they just fight each other, though. I mean, all of these guys are fighting each other. What is happening? This is insane, dude. Oh, there's another zombie villager over here. I don't have a boat on me, but I might want to take advantage of that. Need to make a crafting table, and I need to speed run a boat, but there's so many creepers. Oh my god. Let me quickly make a boat. This guy in here? Perfect. He also has a little buddy. Why is there so much gold armor over here? Ooh! Now this guy is covered up, and there's another villager over here. Perfect. Dude. What is happening? He's like a statue up there. Get down from there, sir. So I don't have a name tag, but that would be so funny if he was trapped in here and I just name tag him and he's just there forever. Anyways, I have bone meal now, so I'm going to go around and make sure some of this stuff is taller to make this area look just that little bit more overgrown. An idea I also had is mixing around some spruce pressure plates in some areas as well to look like parts that are broken down or have fallen off or something. Just little shipwreck parts. Now I want to bring the enchantment setup in here and set that up as well. I think I have some chiseled bookshelves too, so I think they're probably in this one. Yeah, I have 2 chiseled bookshelves, and boom, I've put the enchant setup in here so I can do all of my enchanting in here. Got some of those chiseled bookshelves for that little bit of texture. Something I could also do, because I love those stone pressure plates, is I could put a couple just for a little bit more texture. I actually have an experiment. Does leaf litter block the enchantment table? It doesn't. Okay. So this area I think is looking pretty nice now. I really like the way this has turned out. I don't really know why there would be an enchantment setup in here, to be honest. Really don't know why, but I just wanted to throw it in here. I went back over to the island now, and I think the ship is looking so good in the distance. I love the black sails, and I think it's looking good. Now, with me moving the enchantment setup, the entire goal of this episode was to get a little bit more progress on enchanting. Now, I have done a little bit of that, but I want to do a little bit more. I want to get some more levels, and honestly, I'm thinking I might have to just go back into the nether and do that. Originally, I was just going to fish for these levels, but honestly, that's just not gonna work. Before I do this though, I probably need to get a little bit more food. I'm ready to conquer the nether now. I have food. My goal is to get up to level 30, do one last level 3 enchant, and then I think the rest of my tools I'm just gonna do with some lighter enchanting, so I shouldn't have to be in here for super long. If you've made it this far into the video, I actually want to ask a question, and that is, would you guys rather me continue this series for a little bit longer and extend this longer, or would you rather me start a new hardcore series sooner rather than later? As I'm not really too sure when to start the next hardcore world, and yeah, I just want to know exactly what you guys want to see on my channel instead of me just, you know, uploading whatever. So definitely let me know what type of videos you guys want to see, or when do you want to see a new long-form hardcore world. Hopefully long-form hardcore world. Hopefully I don't die in it. But yeah, part of me figured that, you know, like Survival Island series thing was pretty popular a little bit ago. And the support on the series hasn't been super overwhelming. Not that I'm only doing this for like views and support, but I do also have to think about what is going to succeed. So if you guys want to see this series continue, definitely leave a like on the video and show support for it. Just so I know, because I'm not really too sure what to do with the channel right now, I'm gonna be honest. Losing a world, it's definitely very odd. But I've already made it up to level 30, so I can just head on back home, because I really don't think it's worth my time to try and enchant literally every tool and armor that I have right now. So I'm going to take the level 30 that I have for now, and I'm going to go back home. A little bit ago, I actually killed a skeleton, and it dropped a pretty much full durability bow. So I'm going to see if I can get anything good on this bow, but I'm mainly focused on feather falling, I think, because I want to try and prevent myself from dying in this world. Also, I heard people saying that these weren't buried treasure maps, and they say map on them. They don't say buried treasure map anymore. I think they were buried treasure maps. I just think that they broke. But this one's actually a buried treasure map, and so are these. See, it says buried treasure map, and now it just says map. It's cool because it shows the island, but it just says map on it. Like, it's still broken. All right? It's not my fault. And actually, let me create a item frame real quick because I do want to map the island. Boom. Now we have the area sort of mapped out. This buried treasure map actually works though. And honestly, let me put this right here. It's a giant item frame. Oh my god, what just happened? I was gone for 2 seconds. Anyways, I have everything that I need. I'm gonna just start enchanting. For the bow, I can get Unbreaking 3. I don't really care. The axe, Unbreaking 3. My boots, Depth Strider 3. I might just take that, to be honest. That's all I got on it. It's so annoying. If I put a plank here, it'll lower the table down to 28. I can get Silk Touch on my Diamond Axe. It's not bad. I actually went and got a couple books. Let's see what I can get on those. Multi-shot. I might just take Power 3, to be honest. I might just have to take that. Sadly, I think that's the best option. So I do have full enchanted armor now, protection 3 on 3, and then I have Depth Strider 3 on the boots. That's not terrible to start. With that being said though, this is going to be the end of the episode. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, I love swimming. It's so fun. Yay.